the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Christ is risen.
Truly is risen.
My dear brothers and sisters in the Lord, great day. The light shine upon us, the light of the resurrection. As we heard from the sermon of St. John Chrysostom, all those that had prepared from the first hour, fasted, prayed, repented, followed Christ, and those that came later on the way, and those that came at the last minute, all are receiving the grace of His resurrection. But as we saw when we started from outside, after the gospel, after the singing of the troparium of the resurrection, there were some verses which said, Christ arose and let His hatred scatter. So all those that hate Him scattered, and we, those who love Him, stayed here and rejoicing the holy resurrection. See, and he said, the verse said, let them vanish, let them melt as the wax melts from the fire. And we stayed here, even though if it's late. And our routine is to sleep at this time. But we are here to give our respect for the resurrection, to share His love, to unite our love with His love, to bear fruits. It is amazing to be able on His suffer, on His blood, to receive the grace, to be able to be called sons and daughters of the Most High. And this is what is happening today. The Feast of Feasts, the Light of Lights, the beginning of all, as we heard from the Gospel. The Word of God was from the beginning, and everything was created through the Word, and nothing without the Word. Nothing that is created was created without the Word. So everything that we can see, the seen and unseen world, was created by the Son of God. And ultimately, He was incarnated, not by the will of the flesh, not by the will of men and women, but by the will of God. It's a divine incarnation. The promise of God the Father in the Garden of Eden now took flesh. Now is resurrected for us, shines upon us the rays of His resurrection, the rays of His love. And all those atheists and others that are His haters, they are scattered away. Now we are rejoicing with the angels, archangels, dominions, principalities, apostles, fathers, forefathers, martyrs, confessors, and all those who have dedicated their life into His service to show us the path, to show us that is not impossible. Everything is possible with God. This is what He said, with me everything is possible. Knock in the door and it will be open to you. So the only thing we have to do now is to accept His sacrifice, to accept His body and blood, to partake of it, and just to follow Him, because He traced the way for us. It's not simple. Let us follow step by step on His footsteps, and let us rejoice with all those from the beginning of times that had followed Him. And now is our time. Now is our duty to, as we received the light through baptism, and we received it again through confession, let us keep it as we have the candles and the cups to make sure that the wind is not going to blow it out. So this is how each one of us, we have to keep the light of our baptism throughout our lives, to make sure that it's not going to turn off. Because if it's turned off, then he said, whoever walks in the darkness will stumble. So we don't want that to happen, but to keep going. So let us keep this light that we received. Let us keep it throughout our life, through confession, through good deeds, through love towards each other and towards God. And thus we can say with all the heavenly hosts, Christ is risen from the dead by death, trampling down upon death. And to those in the tombs he has granted life. Christ is risen.